Tell me about the Sharrow propeller and how it's revolutionizing the prop, basically.
What we have done is discovered a way to more efficiently accelerate water compared to a standard propeller. And we do that in many ways. One of the most obvious ways when looking at the design is you can see that it doesn't look like a standard blade at all. It has a loop shape. That loop shape has incredible benefits in terms of reducing tip vortices and tip cavitation. Tip cavitation is one of the main sources of unwanted sound and vibration on a boat. Most people think it's the noise on an outboard is coming from the motor, but it's actually most of it coming from the tip vortices themselves from the propeller. We've eliminated that dramatically, and then also one of the byproducts of doing that is we've made the propeller more efficient. We're able to save enormous amounts of money on fuel and reduce the fuel consumption, obviously. And so you've extended your range, you've reduced vibration, you've reduced cavitation, you've made it much quieter. So you're able to have a much more pleasant ride. You can get out of the hole up on plane at 500 to 1,000 RPMs lower than you would normally be able to get out of the hole. And you go a lot faster, sometimes as much as twice as fast as equivalent RPMs between what we call the sweet spot of 2,500 RPMs to 4,000 RPMs.
What's the reaction been by the industry?
It's been, quite honestly, overwhelming. Ever since we announced the propeller, for the very first time, which was me taking a picture of it in the foyer of my home and putting it online. We saw 14 million people share the image in just 1 week. And I received 10,000 emails and comments from people asking where to buy it. And it was me and my wife. And the next week, people emailed back and said, why is your customer service so bad? You're not getting back to us. I said, it's just a couple of us here. And that's when we realized we had to grow the team, find a way to make them in larger quantities than we were at the time, which was 1 or 2 a week. Now we can make about 300 a month, and we're increasing our capacity to 1,000 a month by February of 2023. And we literally can't make them fast enough. The industry seems to have this insatiable need for this design because there hasn't been a new propeller design since the early 1800s. People didn't realize what they were missing until they saw what kind of benefits they get from here. And they're excited about it and they want to be part of that journey. So they want to get our prop, and we're happy to make it for them and to be able to do that.
I like the words you used: fuel efficiency, first off, extra speed, and help with docking. Talk about that a little bit.
We have up to 50+% more reverse thrust, and we have directional control in reverse. So the dock panic that is so common for all boaters, even experienced boaters, it kind of goes away with our propeller. It drives more like a car. You can parallel park a boat with one of our props with a single engine. You can parallel park it the same way you would a car. It's really incredible that you have that kind of directional control over where you're going in reverse and forward. And it also has a hydrodynamic stabilization effect that keeps the boat going in the direction that you want it to go, even when you have crosswinds. So it helps with docking when the bow is being pushed around by the wind, by the forces of nature. The saying goes that you own your stern and God owns your bow. With the Sharrow propeller, you have control of your own boat.